In this affidavit, I shall mention my personal knowledge regarding Senator Chis Escudero
Nako, yan na
as
nga
follows.
sinasabi natin.
Maynard Ngu,
Senator Chis Escudero, nabanggit na rin ho mga kababayan. Ayun na nga mga kababayan, hindi ho inimbitahan itong si Ping Lacson, itong si Manong Chavit Singson. Masyado ho siyang napaghahalata kasi pag nagkataon, sigurado mabubulaslas sa ating mga kababayan na ang mga Marcos involved din dito sa issue ng flood control. Pero bago ho yan mga kababayan, isang like at isang subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan sa magsusumal sa ating community. Yung join button, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Rekta na ho tayo sa nangyayaring hearing dyan sa Senado. Game!
To invite also SunWest, considering that it is the company founded by Congressman Saldico, where his name was also very much floated in this hearing. First, it was mentioned in the sworn statement of the Discayas. It was mentioned by Representative Toby Tiangco, and very lately, he was also mentioned by Engineer Alcantara. I intimated that desire in the last hearing, Mr. Chair. And also, I also ask whether Mr. Chavit Singson will be advised during this very hearing, Mr. Chair. I remember Vice Chair Erwin Tulfo confirmed us and said that he will advise you of this request, Mr. Chair. These are all requested. These are all captured in on page 207 of our transcript, Mr. Chair. So I wonder if the committee had made the invitations properly, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I wasn't informed, Your Honor. But next hearing, we will invite them, definitely.
Grabe, napaka-inutil ho nitong si ano pangalan ito, yung low bender, itong si Eric Sylvester, sinabi na ngang imbitahan, sabi niya, isasabihin niya daw sa chairman ng Blue Ribbon. Hindi naman pala sinabi, inutil ho talaga itong si Erwin Tulfo.
Thank you.
Likewise, Mr. Chair. Sir.
Yes,
also, administrative, also if we can invite again Regional Director Palacan kasi medyo malaki po yung napunta sa Mindoro if hindi pa siya sumaharap. Panay Bulacan po kasi, malaki-laki rin po yung nailagay doon. I think a total of 40 billion. And also, si Congressman Toby Tiangco, I think his revelations during the first hearing were very revealing. If he can be invited. Nahiya po siya pumunta, sabi niya kasi he was not invited. Baka sabihin, epal siya. But I think he can help a lot.
Yes, we will also invite him or ilan ba, JB? Only one?
Ayan, si Toby Tiangco and Panakan and siguro yung mga taga Mindoro.
We'll invite them in the next
Thank you,
hearing.
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Senator De La Rosa.
So, hindi pala ito ang last hearing natin. Meron pa tayong kasunod na hearing.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
And
So-
Mr. Chair, lastly, may I confirm if the chairman made an announcement that Mr. Saldico will not be invited?
Yes, as you know, you have been a congressman for many years. There's what we call interparliamentary courtesy. We do not invite or summon members of Congress in the same manner that they don't invite senators to their hearings. It is up to the congressmen or senators concerned to appear before their inquiries in aid of legislation. That is a tradition.
Yes, Mr.
And
Chair.
that tradition is not accorded to individual members of Congress of either house. It is accorded to the institution.
Yes.
Is that, yeah.
You will.
Yeah, but if he is expelled, then we'll invite him. He's no longer a member of Congress.
Representative Tiangco was not expelled, Mr. Chair, but
Yes, but he is
When he was
voluntarily
invited,
voluntarily appearing before the committee.
yes, but there was an invitation.
No, we did not extend any invitation to.
I was the one who invited him.
Well,
I was the chairman.
You can speak for yourself.
Yes, that's why. He can be invited. There is no violation of interparliamentary.
Anyway, that's water under the bridge. He will appear.
Bakit naman kasi itong si Ping Lacson, takot na takot ka dito kay Elizalde ko? Bakit ayaw mo siyang imbitahin? Nung chairperson itong si Senator Rodante Marcolet, nung chairperson pa siya ng Blue Ribbon Committee, inimbitahan ho niya itong si Elizalde ko, ay itong si Congressman Toby Tiangco, wala namang problema. Maglabas ka lang ng imbitasyon. na ang Blue Ribbon sa pamumuno mo, iniimbitahan mo itong si Elizalde Co na humarap o sumagot diyan sa mga katanungan ng sambayan ng Pilipino diyan sa Blue Ribbon Committee. Pambihira talaga tong si Lacson.
I think anytime now, because he was informed by Senator Ejercito. So can we just proceed? We have a long
Sinasabi ko
day.
po yung tungkol kay Mr. Saldico. Kung
Alright.
sakaling halimbawa nandito siya, we can invite him.
Okay,
thank you.
No issue there. Okay, so today we will hear the testimony of Mr.
Si Ping Ho, kailangan pa niya ng tuta na kasama para lamang masagot itong si Senator Rodante. Kailangan pa ho niya itong si Soto. Mantakin niyo yun. Hindi ho niya kaya kung siya lang mag-isa dyan, makikipagsagutan siya dito kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Hindi ho makakapalagyan si Soto. Nagtutulong-tulong ho yung mga kampo nitong si Marcos Jr. dyan sa Senado para mapatahimik ho nila itong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta.
or former Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. Kindly stand up so your oath will be administered by the Director General of the Group.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Thank you. You may take your seat.
Thank you. Are you ready to make your statement?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
You may proceed.
Dear Senator Lacson and honorable members of the Blue Ribbon Committee, I am Roberto Bernardo, formerly an Undersecretary for Operations of the Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH. I was summoned to appear today before the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee and required to testify in connection with its ongoing inquiry in aid of legislation into the reported anomalies in certain DPWH projects, flood control projects. Bago ko po ilahad ang aking nalalaman sa mga bagay na nais tumbukin ng kagalang-galang na Blue Ribbon Committee.
Pagka ang katabi ho ng resource person, etong si Remulla, medyo diskumpiyado na ho tayo dyan mga kababayan. Malamang sa malamang, ang sworn affidavit na yan, inabot din ho nitong si Remulla sa kanya. Ay, nakakaduda lang Nakita nyo naman siguro sa mga kumalat na video sa social media. Meron hong prepared sworn affidavit. Itong si Alcantara. Tapos pinatungan ho yun Meron hong inabot. Itong si, kumbaga, wala nang magawa itong si Alcantara Kung ano na yung inabot nitong si Boying, yun na ho ang kanyang binasa.
Ako po ay umaamin sa aking maling nagawa. Ako po ay hindi naging matatag at tapat sa pagpapatupad ng tungkulin na ipinagkatiwala sa akin ng ating pamahalaan at sambayanan. Taus puso at puno ng pagsisisi na ako po ay humihingi ng kapatawaran sa Diyos sa ating bansa at mga kababayan, gayon din sa aking pamilya, mga kaibigan at sa lahat ng aking binigo. Nakagawa po ako ng pagkakamali at pinahintulutan ko po ang aking sarili na maging kasangkapan sa pagpapatupad ng isang masamang gawain. Handa po akong gawin ang lahat ng nararapat upang maiwasto ang aking kamalian at maiwasan na ito'y mangyaring muli. I wish to assure the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee of my full cooperation with the investigation. I am submitting an affidavit outlining my knowledge of and involvement in certain events material to the subject of investigation. Moreover, I will disclose and expound on related incidents within my personal knowledge.
Senator Joel Villanueva, Senator Jingo Estrada, at lahat ng pwedeng maidawit pa na mga kaalyado o hindi kaalyado ng administrasyon dito sa issue na to, ihanda-handa nyo ng mga sarili nyo. Tinatrabaho kayo ng mga kabaro nyo at kung tawagin nila independent commission. Ang bihira.
Mindful not only of the materiality of my testimony but also of my rights, as well as fearful of what effects my disclosures will have on my family's safety and well-being. I have applied before the Department of Justice for coverage as a state witness under Republic Act number 6981, otherwise known as Witness Protection, Security and Benefit Act. I hope the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee will find merit in my application and favorably endorse the same to the DOJ. With the assurance of the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee that my rights and benefits under RA 6981 shall be respected, I am prepared to submit the aforesaid affidavit to Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee and swear to and testify on the same, with the approval of the Honorable DOJ Secretary on the disclosure thereof for such purposes. The highly sensitive nature of the disclosures made in my affidavit cannot be stressed enough. These deal with involvement in irregularities of 4 senators and 1 congressman, 1 member of a constitutional commission, and 1 undersecretary, seriously undermining public.
Yan ako mga kababayan. Nako, yari. 4 na ho ha, hindi na ho 2 senador ngayon, naging 4 na. Yan ang nga ho ba sinasabi natin? Yan ho kasi ang script nila. Dapat dito mga senador, pwede lang si Marcos Jr. Lahat ng congressman, pwede lang itong si Martin Romualdez. Nakuha nyo na ho ba mga kababayan? Lahat ng senador, lahat ng politiko, wag lang si Marcos Jr. Lahat ng congressman, lahat ng mga kasama ni Martin Romualdez, kahit yung si Saldico pa, wag lang si Martin Romualdez.
Trust in 2 out of 3 branches of our government and a constitutional body, thereby posing a significant threat to our national security as it may lead to political instability, which may weaken the ability of the government to function effectively. 25 of September 2025, Makati City, Metro Manila. And this, Mr. Chair, signed na po ito.
Okay. May we hear from Secretary Remulla since he mentioned about his application for admission into the program?
Your Honor, we will have to evaluate his statements in relation to all the other testimonies that we have gathered in the DOJ and in the Blue Ribbon Committee.
The Senate President,
Mr. Chairman, we would like to listen to your sworn affidavit if you have one, or an affidavit that you will swear to.
Hindi, baka nakay Boying Remulla pa. Boying, abot mo na yung niya, sworn affidavit niya.
To complete the disclosure that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Otherwise, those are mere general statements. Please, thank you.
Yes, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, may I be allowed to read?
Yes, you may proceed, Yusek Bernardo.
Affidavit. I, Roberto R. Bernardo, Filipino, of legal age, a resident of Malolos City, Bulacan, under oath, deposed and state. In connection with the ongoing Senate Blue Ribbon Committee investigations, I intend to submit this affidavit which provides details of my knowledge about matters within my jurisdiction relating to flood control projects when I was still serving as Undersecretary for Operations of the Department of Public Works and Highways. This affidavit lays out details...
sorry, excuse me. You have your counsel now with you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
po,
on record. Okay.
This affidavit lays out details of the involvement of legislators as well as other government officials with a commitment on my part to expand these disclosures as my best recollection of facts and records may serve. Number 3, since the received an invitation to appear in these proceedings, I began collating, vetting, and consolidating all written communications, documents, tables, and matrices, and lists in my possession, the retrieval of which has been difficult since I retired from public service last August 2025. With the benefit of more time and greater freedom to access files, I am confident that I can provide even more material and relevant evidence that would clarify the issues once and for all. Number 4, more importantly, I am executing and submitting this affidavit with my full and absolute consent as an integral part of my application to be admitted under the Witness Protection Program through the favorable recommendations of the Honorable Chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator Ping Lacson, and the Honorable Senate President, Tito Soto, under Section 4 as well as Section 10 of Republic Act Number 6981, otherwise known as Witness Protection, Security and Benefit Act, before the Department of Justice. I attest and confirm that the names, dates, and transactions mentioned hereunder are based on my direct personal knowledge and have ample documentary support where necessary or desirable if given full opportunity to retrieve the same. Background facts. I earned my bachelor's degree in Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering in 1984. I am a registered civil engineer by profession. In the year 1985, I began my 40-year stint in the DPWH as a laborer. I then climbed the ranks through the years as Associate Civil Engineer, Engineer 2, Engineer 3, and as Assistant District Engineer, Assistant Regional Director. I then became Assistant Regional Director, CESO 4, sometime in 2012, until my appointment as Assistant Secretary in 2016. I finally became Undersecretary more than a year later and remained such until my retirement on August 2025. I met former District Engineer Henry Alcantara during my assignment in the Laguna 2nd District Engineering Office. Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Bryce Hernandez, Engineer J.P. Mendoza, and Engineer Aldri Jumasig all belong to the Bulacan 1st DEO. 2020-2040 scheme. Sometime after the State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. in July 2025, and while I was already on sick leave, I heard from Secretary Bunoan for the first time that Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig were engaged in contracting activities using the licenses of other contractors. Subsequently, Engineer Hernandez confirmed this arrangement through one of the legislative hearings and by other contractors whose license they used. According to Bryce Hernandez, their sharing is 20-20-20-40% from these activities. My understanding is that they had prepared and signed documents for purposes of collecting payments, which they then apportioned the profits amongst themselves. However, I must admit that I have no personal knowledge on the exact actions they took to accomplish this scheme, and I can only be asked general questions on the systems in place that would have allowed this modus operandi to happen. I categorically state that I have neither knowledge nor participation in these business activities, which were entirely done by Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig on their own. Ghost projects. At about the same time, after the 2025 SONA, I also heard for the first time that aside from the 2020-2040 scheme, there were flood control projects, ghost projects, for which Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig were also responsible. These were confirmed later by Secretary Bunoan during a separate legislative hearings. I called up Engineer Alcantara to ask him about these flood control ghost projects. He denied any participation. Subsequently, he likewise told me that he even convened the officers of Bulacan 1st DEO to confront them about these ghost projects, and that some officers, it was Engineer Hernandez who was the primary person responsible for the same. In the exact words of Engineer Alcantara, si Bryce po yan. I categorically state that I have neither knowledge nor participation in these flood control ghost projects. Congressman Zaldico. My personal knowledge regarding Congressman Zaldico are set out as follows. Congressman Zaldico one time called me to say that he met Engineer Alcantara and wanted to confirm, maayos bang kausap si Engineer Alcantara? To which I replied, maayos po. Engineer Alcantara then told me that Kong Zaldico was asking for a 25% commission, and out of that amount, 2% was to be shared equally between Engineer Alcantara and myself. In his exact words, boss, hati na tayo sa 2%. Furthermore, Engineer Alcantara would tell me every time that he made deliveries of cash to Congressman Zaldico in compliance with his commitment to Congressman Zaldico. In this affidavit, I shall mention my personal knowledge regarding Senator Chis Escudero
Nako, yan
as
na nga
follows.
sinasabi natin.
Maynard Ngu,
Senator Chis Escudero, nabanggit na rin ho mga kababayan. Joel Villanueva, lahat ho ng mga Senate President nung nagdaang Senate President pro tempore, Majority Leader, nasagasaan ho lang. Pambira na to. Kaya mga kababayan, nakita nyo na talagang ang atumbok ho ng pagdinig na to, linisin ang pangalan ni Martin Romualdez at dito si Marcos Jr. Sa dami ng kabalbalan na to, mantakin nyo, Senate President, nakakuha. Kasi dito kay, sino ba tong bit-bit na naman itong si Boeing na to? Diba? Pero si Martin Romualdez, siya ho, kung tawag yan, Mr. Clean, di ba? Wala ho siyang bahid kasalanan sa lahat ng kabalbalan na to. Pero yung pinakakadikit niya, itong si Elizalde naku, yan na nga ba sinasabi natin?
and I are close friends, and we go years back. He is also a close friend and campaign contributor of Senator Chis Escudero. Maynard Ngu asked me to submit a list of projects. I personally submitted a list of projects to Maynard Ngu, and some of the items therein pertaining to Valenzuela and Marinduque projects were subsequently included in the General Appropriations Act. A copy of the list of Valenzuela and Marinduque projects is here to attach to this affidavit as Annex A. When I gave him the list and in relation to the commitment, I asked him, "Boss, paano to?" Maynard replied, "Bahala ka na." I asked, "Boss, okay na ba ang 20%? Maynard said, "Okay." After inclusion of the projects in the GAA, I delivered 20% of approximately 800 million or about 160 million to Maynard Ngu, which was meant for Senator Escudero. Finally, I would like to add that deliveries of cash were personally made to me by me to Maynard Ngu at his office in Manila. I confirm that Commissioner Lipana requested that he be referred to officers of DPWH Bulacan 1st DEO. I referred him to Engineer Bryce Hernandez. I have no personal knowledge if they were able to secure a project in Bulacan 1st DEO. Furthermore, and subject to possible referral to an executive session upon the approval of the Honorable Chairman, I attest to the broader systemic issues in DPWH that are widespread. My statements hereunder are based on personal knowledge and direct interactions with the personalities involved with great risk to my safety and that of my family members. I confirm the following. Yusek Traigib Olaybar of DepEd. Yusek Traigib Olaybar used to work for Senator Ramon Bong Revilla and Senator Sani Angara before his appointment as Yusek for the Department of Education. Sometime 2010, I met for the first time Yusek Olaybar, who was then working in the office of Senator Bong Revilla. Later, I learned that he transferred to the office of Senator Edgardo Angara and then later to Senator Sani Angara. Sometime 2024, Yusek Olaybar personally called me for a meeting to discuss about unprogrammed appropriations, supposedly for the office of the Executive Secretary. In the said meeting, he requested me to submit a list of projects. After the meeting, I asked Bulacan 1st DEO to prepare a list of projects for funding. Thereafter, Engineer Alcantara submitted a list of projects worth 2.85 billion. Here to attach as Annex B is a list of those projects. Subsequently, I submitted this list to Yusek Olaybar. Yusek Olaybar told me that the commitment is 15%. In his words, "Boss, 15 yan." Thereafter, the DPWH received a special allotment release order for 2.85 billion for the projects listed in Annex B. Engineer Alcantara, from time to time, would collect and deliver the agreed 15% commitment to me, which I delivered or cost to be delivered to Yusek Olaivar in Magallanes, Makati, and other places. Senator Ramon Bong Revilla. Sometime in the year 2024, Senator Revilla and I met where I gave him...
Bong, it's your turn. It's your turn, Bong. It's your turn, Bong. It's your turn.
A list of projects given to me by Engineer Alcantara. Senator Revilla asked for a commitment, which I suggested. Then he approved at 25% of the total amount of the projects indicated in the list here to attach as Annex C. I relayed the 25% commitment to Engineer Alcantara and told him that Senator Revilla will appreciate additional contributions for his senatorial re-election bid. Engineer Alcantara collected the 25% commitment, or about 125 million, which was turned over to me and then delivered to Senator Revilla in his house in Cavite. Senator Nancy Binay.
Nako, it's your turn, Binay.
Sometime in the year 2024, Carlin Villa, a staff of trusted confidant of Senator Binay, called me and asked for a commitment which was set at 15% of the total amount of the projects indicated in the list here to attach as Annex D. I relayed the 15% commitment to Engineer Alcantara. Engineer Alcantara collected 15% commitment, or about 37 million, which was turned over to me and which I then delivered to Senator Binay at a house in Quezon City. Given the complexities of the transactions and personalities involved, I humbly reserve the right to submit a supplementary affidavit if warranted in the premises. I attest to the truth of the foregoing statements based on my personal knowledge and authentic records. In witness or hope, I will be affixing my signature this day of September 2025 here. Mr. Chair.
Yeah, kindly sign your affidavit in the presence of everybody.
Okay. Para malinis. Kayo naman, oo. Wala nga naman bigyang isama kayo sa witness protection program tapos di nyo pipirma. Maliwanag ko mga kababayan. Bong Revilla, Nancy Binay, Chis Escudero. Sino pa ba nabanggit nito? Bakit mga senador lang? Bakit hindi binanggit itong pangalan ni Saldico? Pambihira talaga tong hearing na to. Sa Resuela. Bakbakan ho ito mga kababayan.
Mr. Chair, I have already signed it.
For the record, you signed the same affidavit that you read, no?
Yes po,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Maraming salamat, Yusek. Secretary Remulla is recognized.
Your Honor, after hearing his affidavit and his willingness to disclose all other details.
After hearing his affidavit. Alam mo na yan. Bago pa sumalang yan dyan, alam mo na yan. Dapat habulin lang yung mga senador, yung mga congressman, di kasali, di ba?
Details about the transactions that happened under his watch. May I respectfully ask the committee to allow the DOJ to have an evaluation of Mr. Bernardo immediately. This matter has to be done because of the gravity of the situation and the fact that we may have to really work overtime on legal matters that are needed, or necessary legal matters, so that we can preserve the monies and other things that are involved in this discussion.
Thank you, Secretary Remulla. Will you be open to answer some questions addressed to the Secretary of Justice before you leave? Just like the last time? No, not to Yusek Bernardo, but to the Secretary for some clarificatory questions. I mean, to the Secretary of DOJ, not to the affiant. Because you have to bring him back after lunch, no? Not to you, but Secretary Remulla. Will you be willing to, not Yusek Bernardo? I'm referring my question to Secretary Remulla. If you're willing to accommodate just a few questions from the members, if they're...
Yes, Your Honor. Of course,
okay.
Your Honor.
So we'll start with whoever. Senator Erwin Tulfo is first on the list. Kindly limit your questions to, in the meantime, no, to Secretary Remulla. Mamaya na lang yung kay Undersecretary Bernardo. Meron. Anybody? You have some questions?
The same naman lang rin, Mr. Chair, na pag alis ni Secretary Remulla, alis din si Bernardo, baka pwedeng magtanong na kay Bernardo.
Hindi. Ang kasundan natin, pagbalik na lang, kasi hahaba eh. And they have work to do. So we are accommodating them in the same manner that we accommodated Alcantara, Engineer Alcantara, to be brought immediately to the DOJ for evaluation, for some procedure. Then after that, we can have all the time in the world. Maski hanggang madaling araw, kung gusto mong tanongin si Yusek Bernardo,
Sir, pero
you can.
ito, for the benefit of general question.
We're just postponing. We're not rejecting your request to propound questions.
Kasi sa akin kasi, sir, pag sabi niya ngayon dito, diretso kaagad file ng kaso sa DOJ without us giving the benefit na makapagtanong man lang kung...
Sige, Sen.
I think the thing is that
Pinapirma-pirmahan nyo pa yung affidavit, nagbanggit siya ng mga pangalan, tapos di pwedeng magtanong. Ano yan, lokohan? Yan.
the Department of Justice, as much as possible, would like to evaluate first. They will not file any cases against anyone.
But subsequently, filing of cases will follow. Kung sana naman bago siya makonsider doon, dito muna sa atin. Dahil sa atin niya nilahad yung statement niya.
Correct.
So, hindi naman niya nilahad sa DOJ, sa atin muna. So, sana makapagtanong tayo bago natin turn over sa DOJ for...
Maniobra kasi nangyayari. Pati doon kay Alcantara. Ano, paglabas yan, okay, good job. Tama yung mga sinabi mo. Ganon. Lang yan. Ganon.
Their consideration.
Pasagutin nyo.
Mr. Chair, I
Pinapirma-pirma nyo
think
affidavit.
the point...
Hearing is suspended.
Suspended na. Dahil suspended na mga kababayan, kita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod na video. Maraming salamat sa pag-support sa PH Update. Mag-ingat kayong lahat. Huwag kayong basta-basta magpabudol dito sa mga senador na aso ni Marcos Jr. dyan sa Senado. Mahalin natin ng Pilipinas.